I don't hear the response. So I would usually start the morning with, how we start in the school. So when the teacher says good morning, how would the children respond? Good morning. Yes, that's how we would look at it. So a very good morning to all of you. This space about early childhood care and education. Looking at I was introduced that I have taken, it's just been a year in this space right now with ZLearn. My domain has been business development, irrespective of the product line, into financial services and something to deal with oil, power and gas industry earlier. So this space has been new to me. But when I was introduced to this space, I just said, being a little bit on the business side, I said there is enough potential. And when you have a ratio of 1 minute में 48 होते हैं India में, so there is enough for everybody. And typically looking at the word ECCE, the first time, how many of you have seen that Bonvita ad? The recent Bonvita ad? First time when I saw it, I thought there would be a preschool coming up at the end of the ad. But actually it came up to be a Bonvita ad. So it clearly defines, and it's actually shouting loudly out there that there is brain का विकास क्या होता है? कौन से एज में होता है? 0 to 5, 0 to 6. That's the main time when it happens. So that's the space which we are looking at today. A lot of development from all of us out here. We all have chains of schools. I really appreciate the association out there in Ludhiana, which is actually doing it as a team to spread this, more knowledge out of this into this space. But we also need to understand what's the student profile today, or what is the profile of the child, emerging profile I would say. मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बात करता रहूँगा because थोड़ा थोड़ा कनेक्शन होता रहता है. जब हम पढ़ाई करते थे तब अलग चीज़ थी. हमको पता नहीं था शायद कि कैसे किनेस्थेटिक स्किल्स क्या होते हैं, विजुअल स्किल्स क्या होते हैं. हमारे माँ बाबू जी को नहीं पता था ये. I'll be very frank. And I don't mind saying that because उनके लिए सिर्फ यही था प्रवेश प्रारंभ कब हो रहा है. When are the admissions opening and when will my child go and outshine others in education? Today, of course, going by the cue given by the gentleman out there asking about expectations from parents, I'll share a small slide with all of you in terms of when we did our research, what kind of mega expectations today's parents have. And we as preschoolers or we as educational providers have to meet up to those expectations also, to a certain extent through our curriculum or through our fun-filled activities for children, etc. So when I look at the emerging student profile today, it's become more of a target given to us by the parents. It's become like a target today. So the very word today, fundamentally we would call it early childhood care and education. But for the parent today, it is like, you need to have a knowledge goals, you need to have habit and attitude goals for my child, I need to see some action goals for my child. Then comes last, I need some early development goals also for my child. So this is the emerging student profile currently we are handling at our chains everywhere. It's the experience of everybody sitting out here as well as present out here, which we are trying to match up to the expectations. So we're trying to bring in some difference through the quality curriculum in this entire space. A little bit on the stats of this industry. So as I said, when I said 1 minute में 48, that was a 5-year, 10-year back figure. But today, when you really look at it, it's a 13,300 crore market, the 13,300 crore business, out of which branded preschools are expected to contribute 4,500 crores. So it's a huge space in terms of business for everybody. of course, the core remains. There's a lot needs to be done on the education front. There's a lot of, I would say, potential today in terms of growing this category called preschooling. Today, when we talk about our own, chain of preschools, we have 1,500 centers in 550 cities. More than 4 lakh children, have been affected by this education around which we have been there since last 10 years. But when we really talk about early childhood care and education, it becomes like, मुझे ये स्कूल में बच्चे को भेजना है, मेरे घर के पास ये है, स्कूल 6 महीने के बाद खुलेगा, तब तक चलो खेलने कूदने के लिए आप इसको रख लीजिए. So there is no, I would say, defined parameter which is there in the parent's mind when you really refer to the term early childhood care and education. That's where we as education providers for these little angels come into the picture. And I feel jointly, of course, we all are here today, and we would definitely try to work together in broadening this category called preschooling, or Simon, we can also call it as early childhood care and education overall. Because today people just look at those Pravesh Praram boards and not looking at broadening the category of preschool. So we'll definitely trying to work towards it. Thanks to the parents' expectations which keep us alive. So there are a lot of them. As I said, of course, some people look at the brand, some people look at how close it is to their house, so there's no traveling time and there. Safety and security, of course, is prime for any parent today. Curriculum and infra. Few expectations, but when we did our research, we found a lot. When I started off here, I went to one of the schools and I said, so parent आपके पास क्या पूछते हैं, क्या चाहिए होता है उनको? तो एक ने कहा, सर जब से मोदी जी आए हैं, वो हर बच्चे का ये चाहते हैं कि वो सामने अपने फ्रेंड्स के सामने खड़े होकर 15 लोगों के सामने अच्छी तरह कॉन्फिडेंटली बात कर सके. उसके लिए आप क्या कर रहे हैं? मैं बोला, तो आई सेड, so what are you doing about it? He said, sir, क्या करें, पीटीएम में ये क्वेश्चन आया था, अब उसको एड्रेस तो करना था. तो हमने एक वुडन प्लैंक लिया जिसमें एक ऑरेंज पेंट मारा और रूम के कॉर्नर में प्लेस कर दिया, उसके ऊपर लिख दिया स्टेज एरिया. तो हम हर वीकेंड पर एक एक इंडिविजुअल बच्चे को वहाँ खड़े होके एक छोटा सा राइम गवाते हैं, उसको रिकॉर्ड करते हैं और पेरेंट को मेल कर देते हैं. वो भी खुश है, हम भी खुश हैं कि बच्चा कॉन्फिडेंटली 15 लोगों के सामने बात कर सकता है. This is one of, I would say, a jugaad happening at the local level. But when you really look at it from overall trying to build up a curriculum around it, then in our education space, we would call it as talk time, building up a talk time for them. Building up a stage area where the child would come and identify the colors in front of his colleagues, in front of his students sitting next to him, and be more confident to identify those colors and in front of his friends and who are studying with him. So that's been there. Of course, the biggest strength of this industry has been the women power, and I think so a lot of sitting out here, so we, including the men and the women around, need to clap for each other for this women entrepreneurship. Of course, there's a balance on the dais also with 2 there and 2 here. So, but still, we see a lot of women entrepreneurship coming into this, and a lot of which is quite positive for us, because today, at any point of time, I would say the real force behind the preschool chain is this wave of women entrepreneurship. सबके बस की बात नहीं है, मैं खुला बोलता हूँ. It is this woman entrepreneurship skill which is actually helping us today to, live up to this 1,500 worth of big chain which we are right now running around. Already spoken about this, 90% of brain development occurs before age 5. Very true. But today, in terms of when we actually meet up with parents and at their PTMs or their culminations, people don't have time for them. I was told on Saturdays if they have to go shopping to one mall, they would come and drop the kid at the preschool saying that हम 4 घंटे में आते हैं तब तक तो रख लीजिए. ये भी हो रहा है. This is also happening. But so when you early childhood care and education, the education goes for a toss on a weekend. It is only the care for 4 hours till the time I complete my shopping from the mall and come back and pick up my kid. So, but the realization, as I said, has to happen. So we would definitely look at working towards spreading the word more, and through training, of course, and meeting the parents more and educating them about the developmental skills which every child needs at home as well as in school. So when we met a lot of parents when we were launching our new curriculum last year, and there were a lot of things which came up. I want the best for my child, for her to be future ready. So that's the expectation. My child should be smart. My child should be independent. On this, मैंने एक सवाल किया था. मतलब आप 2 साल के बच्चे से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं? वो खुद का काम खुद कर ले और क्या चाहिए? इसीलिए तो आपके पास छोड़ के जाते हैं. हम जैसे आज अपना घर मैनेज कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ अकेले मैनेज कर रहे हैं, कल को इसको भी तो कुछ बनना है. आज नहीं सिखाएंगे तो कब सिखाएंगे? These are expectations today. Child should be confident. The example which I gave you about the stage area, that was one big example. Of course, this has come up as the requirement today overall. Although the child out there who's 1.5, 2 years, 2.5 years old may not understand the word tech savvy, but the parent wants him or her to be tech savvy at that age. Expectation is always there to be, school readiness. Child's progress, I need to know my child's progress. My child should learn the right habits. फराटेदार इंग्लिश बोलना आना चाहिए सर इसको. फराटेदार. हम तो पढ़े नहीं सर, पर इनको आपको ऐसे पढ़ाना है कि कल हमसे जब आके बात करे तो एकदम फटाफट इंग्लिश बोले और स्कूल में इसका एडमिशन हो जाना चाहिए. This is what we face every day during admissions. I can see those smiles at various on the different tables because this is what actually you face. My child should be able to spell and make sentences. Second language. So we did research in terms of whatever were the parents' expectations through various mediums, I would say, and through the parents which we have. We've got in the chain of our preschools, we've got a lot of parents who actually came forward to share their experiences, share their thoughts, share their expectations. We moved around a lot. We had our partners, business partners, who actually contributed and told us and shared their feedback about whatever was required. We had some child experts coming into it. Plus OMAP, which is also a UNICEF charter. We've borrowed something from there to, incorporate that as a part of the curriculum out there. So I would say in a way, we tried to reach out to this space in a better fashion, looking at the emerging student profile which is coming up currently. So we did our whatever screening, idea screening, everything to be done, the investigations, the researches, developing, testing, and we actually launched the product also. So yesterday, when I was here, there was a tablet getting launched. And so we have introduced a dash of technology in this curriculum which we have, which is interactive Illum. And I want to share a small experience out there in terms of when we launched it. There were 5 pilot centers which we launched in Bombay first, and then we went national. The guy at Bombay actually took it to a psychiatrist, that tablet, to understand whether it is good for the child or not, whether it is right for the child or not. And what he said was truly, he had actually gone to show his nephew, because his nephew was too much stuck on the mobile. There's a disease called ADHD something which has recently come up. So he just went to show his nephew out there that he has a problem. And so he said parents would be not taking care in terms of handing over the mobiles and laptops or everything to him to play around. So that's why he's so stuck onto that kind of stuff, and he has this disease. So first thing is you take away the technology out of him. Then this business partner actually handed over the tablet to him, which had our childhood, the preschool curriculum to him. He said, this is okay. This should work. The temple run as a game, which your nephew is right now playing, is not good for his brain. That's the reason he's suffering from this disease. So he actually went into it and said, sir, what's the difference? He said he is right now, whatever age, at a very lesser age, the functioning of the brain, he's trying to play a game which is running faster than his brain. That's why he's caught on to this dreaded disease, which will take its own time to, Today, it becomes very easy. You're just watching a movie, you're just watching anything, you give the mobile to your kid. Khelo beta, abhi pareshan mat karo. Or you give the tablet, abhi khel lo, baad mein dekh lenge. Pareshan mat karo. That's what is happening in each and every household. So when we introduce this, coming back to the curriculum part of it in a learning fashion, in everything, it actually is a dash of technology. It is an introduction of technology. We're not saying just go home, take the tablet, and you'll know what early childhood care and education is all about. So it's a dash of technology, introduction to technology, which we introduced. Small things. Expectations are, the parent today wants that tablet. The expectations are the parent wants that tablet. He said, जो आप स्कूल में पढ़ाते हो, आप घर पे क्यों नहीं दे देते हो? वो टैबलेट हमको दे दीजिए, घर पे भी खेला करेगा. But that's not the point. Point is whether that quality of education which is being delivered at the preschool will be actually taken care of at home also. I'll not get into much of these details of our pedagogy, but that's what interactive Illum is all about today. When we really talk about it, we built up our own proprietary phonics program, a proprietary English readiness program to cater to this various expectations which came from the parents. Because today when so there are fun home assignments, there are culmination weeks for parents. As some of you, she also pointed out, there's a very less quorum of parents who would actually drop in on a PTM. That's where the digital platform helps us. Today when you call for a PTM, there are hardly any parents who actually drop in. Because some of them understand the importance of their child, understanding the milestones which the child is achieving at that age. And for the others, it's the same. क्या है, रोज 3 घंटा खेल कूद के आ जाता है, इसमें समझना क्या है? आपके पास तो 2-2.5 साल रहेगा, बाद में स्कूल चला जाएगा, इसमें समझाना क्या है आपको हमको? We receive such responses. But today we've introduced this as a compulsory mandated thing, that the culmination round has to be, has to be there with the parent, so that they understand what's going on and what they are supposed to do at home also with this. So there's a host of things which is there. There's in terms of audio visuals, in terms of interactive flashcards, themes, is included in this entire pedagogy which we have out here. Of course, we as a company, I would say, as a unit, I would say, Ziglearn, the academicians have already spoken, the 2 ladies out here, and the content, about the content and about the academics, about training and everything. But typically when you speak about as an industry, as a category, there's still a lot to do, which we will definitely try to work upon. Okay? Thank you so much.